His final rotation at the Tyson American Cup. But the way the rotation has things set up, we go outside for the floor performance of Elena Zamolodchikova. And boy, would she love to stick this to turn her day around.
Yeah, it really has not been a good weekend for Zamo. 8th place presently in the all-around.
It's last.
It is. It's last. You know, you just you can't even, if you've been around the gymnastics world and you know history, you can't envision that she would be in 8th place, last, with Brazilians, Canadians, I mean, all great gymnasts, but for Zamo to be in last, it's very telling.
Well, let's talk about Laís Souza of Brazil, 3rd place after 3 events. I have no idea what her expectation was, but to be able to go home to Brazil and say she had a result like this at the Tyson American Cup would be an amazing memory.
Well, what's changed in Brazil is the fact that they have Ukrainian coaches, and they have done an amazing job with this Brazilian team. So the Ukrainian gymnast didn't make it to the top 8 here for today's competition, but here's an athlete that is being trained by true Ukrainian coaches. They have made the world of difference down in Brazil. Great look.
The head coach in Ukraine is Oleg Ostapenko, and he was the personal coach of Olympic champion in the all-around, Lilia Podkopayeva.
1996 all-around champion. You know, you talk about Elena and how long she's been around. I mean, 2000 Olympics, when she was the Olympic champion on this exercise. 6 years ago, that's a long time ago. Just think of the amount of tumbling that she's put in even since that time. I mean, it's just, it's amazing to me that I'm watching her still today and still doing what she's doing.
She's been competing at a pretty high level for almost 20 years.
It's a way of life. She is still going to all the major World Cup events, hoping to win cash.
Step out of bounds. That if 1 foot goes out, it still is only 1/10 of a point, and it comes out of a different category. Actually, it's called a neutral deduction. It's taken at the end of the exercise by the head judge. Triple twist, what the judges are looking for is to completely finish the revolutions, and she did not. Her legs were crossed in the air. Both of those will incur those deductions.
What's obvious to me is this is the event that she still loves. This is the event that she still does very well at.
Certain strength and a toughness to her on floor exercise. She trains and has for a while with the Russian military, as many high-level European athletes do.
Helps to subsidize her training expenses, living expenses for that matter.
So waiting to go is Laís Souza of Brazil. And while she waits, and we've had some delays with scores and this new scoring system, here's what she looked like on the balance beam.
Talked about that Ukrainian coaching and what they've instilled in these athletes. Repetition, just like what they've taught back home when they used to coach in the Ukraine.
Elfie, did you think she'd be in 3rd place?
Actually, she did very well in the preliminaries. I was quite impressed with her look. I knew that she would score very well in execution scores. She has difficulty. You know, they're always work in progress. They can keep adding skills. Great execution and great skills like that. That's why she's up there.
Well, the last time they held a Brazilian championship on Florex, where
go and fly and do all kinds of different things.
Aisha Gerber of Canada, 4th place after 3 events.
First thing we saw her on when we came to Philadelphia was floor exercise. It's the first event, and I was so impressed with her, not just her tumbling, but the way she did everything. Nice lines, but very dynamic, and love this. When Dire Straits makes the show, you got to be happy about it. Very nice.
Aisha's coach is a 72 and 76 Soviet Olympian, Elvira Sadi. I would attribute much of her success in what we've seen here today from that great coaching.
Why can't these coaches just stay home?
And also the style of gymnastics. It's very much a Sadi routine. It's very dramatic. Great.
Nice wrap up for the 2 Canadian gymnasts we have seen in this final rotation. So we head toward the American showdown in this Tyson American Cup. Nastia Liukin leading by 1/10 over Shayla Worley. Back live in Philadelphia, PA, with the Tyson American Cup. Basically, the women and men's races have come down to 2 competitors on both the men's and women's side. And then in both races, one other hopeful, a person who just needs something to really break up in front of them for an opportunity to present itself. You're looking at Nastia Liukin, the odds-on favorite to come here and win this event. She's the reigning U.S. national champion, world champion, silver medalist on individual events, 2 gold medals. She's got it all in terms of reputation. Her lead is 1/10. Now, this is Laís Souza of Brazil. She is the one on the women's side who needs a lot of bad things to happen to a couple of others to move up, but she's in 3rd place right here.
And watch this mount. This is awesome. She'll do an Arabian double front somersault. As soon as her feet hit, she'll rebound and do a front flip out of it. Great. Very difficult. Deduction, especially with the increase in a fall, and that would be a fall. It used to be devastating enough when it was 5/10 of a
now
point.
8.
Now it's 8.
Isn't this often what gymnastics looks like when the Olympics is 2.5 years away?
Very much so. You're right. But I'll tell you how great she has looked this whole weekend. It bodes extremely well for Brazil. They have been on a charge as of late, and they are going nowhere but up.
Laís Souza of Brazil. You can see it on her face. She hated that mistake was made. Well, here we go. Next up on the floor is going to be Shayla Worley. She gets set up on.
You rock that landing, and Goosebump City.
Sheila Worley trailing by 1/10. No room for mistakes here if she wants to claim this event for herself.